So that's the step number one, right? So let's take this off, which is picking the list. Now, the second thing is, you probably have guessed this already, it is to pick the offer. Pick the offer, right? Now, why this is important, and this is the most important part of this video, is that if you don't have a good offer, this strategy isn't going to work. The only reason that this works is when you actually make a better offer to your clients or prospects, to your warm list that you just assembled, right? And here's how you can think about on how to make it better. You basically either give people more of what they already bought or more help with what they already bought, right? So let's say from me back then, people bought the community, right? And now what I offered them back then with that offer is I offered them more of that, like more access to me because I was in the community. Now I said, you can DM me, right? And then I also offered more help with the thing that they already bought from me, right? Which was one-on-one calls, for example, right? Which was, let's say they bought YouTube coaching, we also help them with their thumbnails, we also help them with their conversions from YouTube to their offer, whatever, right? So it's either more of what they already bought. So if someone bought already one call with you, maybe you can sell 10 calls for the price of 4 calls, right? So it's 60% off, as an example. That's how you can think about it. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to these 3 things. This is from Alex Hormozi's value equation, obviously, which is you want to make it either faster, either less risky, or with more ease, right? So it's speed, risk, ease. These are the 3 things I would think about. So let's say you are helping people to grow their audience on LinkedIn, and usually your offer is that you'll help them within like 90 days to grow to their first 1,000 followers on LinkedIn. If that's what you do, then maybe you can offer them that you'll do it in 45 days because you'll make the 2 times the amount of the post without sacrificing quality because you'll allocate more resources towards helping them and you can accomplish the same goal in a less period of time, right? So the first thing is speed. How can you make it faster for the person? Like let's say someone wants to grow on YouTube, you can say, hey, you can either go and just watch my course or I help you to grow faster because I'll personally help you with your titles, thumbnails, scripts, we'll keep you accountable, we'll help you to hire an editor, we'll be in the group chat with you to give feedback to our editor so we can get the videos out there faster so we can grow more, right? So that's the first thing, speed. It's like how can you help the person accomplish the goal the faster because that's one of the things that people will pay extra for. Second thing is risk. Of course, you eliminate it by either implementing some elements that will be done with you or done for you, right? So let's say, hey, you don't want to do this because you think that you will post content on LinkedIn and it won't work, as an example. Hey, I'll actually write the first 20 posts for you and I'll tell you exactly step by step how to do it. You'll see that it does well and you'll learn. So like in this way, you can know that you don't take on the risk of not knowing how to implement the LinkedIn strategies I will tell you, as an example, but I'll do it for you or with you, right? So you eliminate risk. Another way to eliminate risk would be to reverse it by a guarantee. If you want to have a guarantee, right? It's like, let's say you help people to go from $10,000 a month to $20,000 a month by growing their audience on LinkedIn and booking more sales calls. You can say, if you don't do it in the next 60 days, I'll keep working with you for free for another 60 days. So you accomplish the goal, as an example, or I give you your money back or whatever, right? So that's the second thing. And the third thing is ease. So how can you make them how you can make it easier for the person to accomplish it. So Sam Ovens, the founder of Skool.com, who is Sam made, I think, close to $70 million, if I'm not mistaken, before founding Skool. And now Skool is obviously on track to become a billion-dollar and then multi-billion-dollar company for sure. And he had this thing when he said that he called eating customers' complexity. And that's what you want to do. Like you want to look at it and say, what is everything standing between my customer and the result, the transformation that they want, right? And the more things you can eliminate from there, and the easier you make it for them, the less effort and sacrifice it takes them to accomplish the goal, the more you can charge for what your reoffer, which we will talk about right now. So again, let's say in this example, you help people to grow on YouTube or on LinkedIn, whatever. Like what stops people from growing? Let's say on YouTube, they don't know how to come up with good ideas, how to make titles, thumbnails, how to hire a thumbnail designer, an editor, how much to pay them, how many videos to post, how long they should be, what should be your hooks, intros, should you make call to actions, how many, what kind of call to actions, are you speaking well on camera or not? Like all of these things that you can improve, like there's so many things that stand between the person and doing it that the more you eliminate these things and you eat the customer's complexity and you make it easier for them, the more people will say yes to your reoffer, right? So that's what you want. You make it easier for them, riskier and faster. Now, here's the key here. And this is, I made this mistake so many times. And when I'm on one-on-one calls with clients, they make this mistake very often as well. Whenever their brain thinks about these 3 things, they immediately think, hey, like, how am I gonna do it? It's impossible. Like, if I have to make it like less risky or easier or faster, or it's gonna take work. So like, it sounds like work, you know? And because of that, people don't do it because they immediately have this resistance towards it. But here's the key. It's like when you do this exercise and when you think what kind of a re-offer I'm gonna make to people that already bought from me, right? With more support, to give them more support, more help with the thing that they already bought, and to basically upsell them, or to make a great offer to previous sales calls or people that didn't buy from you. From this, it's people think that it needs to be something that's gonna be easy to do. But the whole point is of making the re-offer is we want to make a lot of money in a fast period of time. So to do this, you need to give away something actually valuable. Like when I made that offer and we got 50% of the people buying things for at least 10 times or at the top 50 times more, this was an actually valuable offer. It took a lot of time for me to deliver this, right? Now, it doesn't have to take a lot of time, but it needs to be something that is actually valuable, right? So when you think about this, don't think, hey, like, then you miss the point. That's why people hate this strategy. It needs to be actually something good. Now, the good news, though, is that we are going to charge a lot for this. So you are not going to charge like 2 times more, right? I would recommend for you to charge like 10 times more, at least. We charge 50 times more for like from the price, from your original price. So let's say you are charging $1,000 and you have like 20 customers. Your next offer can be $10,000, right? Or $20,000. And you can say, Hart, who is going to buy that? If you make it faster, if you make it easier, if you make it less risky, right? And you run this promotion that I will tell you right now, and you do it to your customers, you only need 5% of them to say yes, and you make a lot of money, right? So that's the whole point. It's like, don't think, oh, I can't do this because of this. Say, what would it take? Let's say I do this exercise, and let's say I help people to grow their YouTube channels as well, which is true, to get clients from YouTube, not just views. And I say, hey, how can I make it even faster? Well, if I have like a YouTube expert that worked with some of the biggest creators in the world to do like daily calls with my clients, then they'll grow faster. As an example, if they're posting daily on YouTube, I can immediately think, hey, I can't do this. How am I gonna do it? Or I can think, well, okay, if I'm gonna get paid 10 times more, let's say I'm gonna be charging tens of thousands of dollars for that. Can I pay a few $100s an hour to someone that is really good at YouTube and is a true expert or more to do these calls? And will I have more money left over? If the answer is yes, I can do it. So it's less about, hey, could I do this? Can I afford to do this in terms of money, time, energy? The answer is you will be able to afford it. You will become able to afford it when you charge 10, 20, 30 times more, because you will have that cash flow to actually do it. So don't limit yourself. Don't think, Alex Hormozi has a great analogy about this. He says, don't just look in your fridge and say, what do I have in my fridge? Therefore, like, what food can I make? Because if you don't have much in your fridge, there's little combinations to make food. But if you say, what food do I want to eat, right? And then your brain thinks, well, I want to eat this food. What ingredients it takes to make this food, you'll be able to solve that problem. So most people have scarcity mindset and they think, what's in my fridge? What's in my offer? What can I do? Think, what would it take hypothetically? Just answer the question. Don't worry about it. This is just a mental exercise. You are not committing to anything. Just sit down and write down. If you made it faster, if you made it less risky, if you made it easier, what could you do for your clients? If you spend 20 minutes on this, like, you can make tens of thousands of dollars. Because if you get the offer wrong, nothing is gonna work. But if the offer is great and you make the great offer to the people with urgency that are the warmest to you, you make more money. That's how it works, right? So that is very important. So open a document after this video, that's your step number 2, and actually write down like your current offer and what else can you do. And again, be very creative about this. Like, if, let's say for me, one of the ideas is I can invite someone and in-person sit with them and do 3-day in-person coaching and together work on their YouTube channel, I should write it down too. Because maybe I don't want to do it, or I think that I can't do it because it takes a lot of my time. But if I get paid $200,000 for this, from one person, will I do this? The answer is yes, right? So as an example, then I would write it down and then think of how I can do it, right? So the whole point is to just write it down, and then later you'll make it more realistic, right? But first you want to put the ideas and not limit yourself, because that's the whole point of making this work, right? And if it was easy, everyone would do this and make money, right? Now you want to make this, you want to make a lot of money in a short period of time, so you need to trade off something for it, right? Which in this case is this, to make a great offer. So that's the step number 2, okay? Pick the offer and structure them around these 3 things, and it will make it more valuable. And by the way, pro tip, if you don't know, you can literally go and ask your existing customers. Go and ask your 5 existing customers, hey, what, like, if I could do anything to help you, like little, nothing was limited, if I could potentially do that, what would you want from me? And they'll tell you. And you'll know, oh, this is what people want, right? It becomes very obvious. And then you can charge appropriately for that. I will tell you right now how, and make money. So that's number 2. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.